Radio Play Comics is meant to adapt the stories mostly of great unadapted old and forgotten comics from the past. I use voice acting and narration to abridge the work as much as possible without lessening its impact, and to bring these stories to life the best way I can. Please enjoy. Hi, I'm Nick, and welcome to the Fusion Space for today's episode of Radio Play Comics, Grant Morrison and Howard Porter's JLA 2, Rock of Ages. My first JLA episode recapped Midsummer's Nightmare and the formation of the team to combat the threat of the reality warping No Man to guard against the future evil he foretold of, which he had intended to power up humanity to fight with his manipulations. Then I adapted issues 1 through 5 of the main JLA book, where the JLA foiled an invasion by white Martians posing as alien superheroes and offering humanity a golden age. Then saw the joining of Tomorrow Woman, an android sent to destroy the JLA, who instead chose a noble sacrifice as her end. In the outro, I briefly detailed how the Angel Zariel and Green Arrow Connor Hawk joined the team over the next 4 issues, and Rock of Ages will begin with issue 10, and would debut a 6-issue story structure that would form the basis of many great JLA tales to come, over the book's 100-plus issue run. The Rock of Ages referred to in the title is called the Philosopher's Stone in the story, and it allows for a human to control aspects of reality with thought alone. What it actually is leads to Our Man and the JLA of the far future in the event DC 1 million, which this story serves as setup for, and which centers around the JLA and the JLA of the 853rd century switching places for a celebration they're holding to welcome Superman Prime back from a long period of resting inside the sun. All of that is a story for another day though, and I do plan to adapt it eventually. Except for the small amount of setup, it has nothing to do with this story. In Rock of Ages, the Rock is simply a weapon used by Lex Luthor in his bid to defeat the JLA by method of a hostile corporate takeover with his allies, the Injustice Gang, composed of the League's greatest enemies. However, when Superman destroys the stone, it sets in motion a chain of events which lead to Darkseid taking over Earth 15 years into the future and the premature end of the universe. The story will occur in both the present and the future. Following an attack on innocent people by hard-light hologram versions of the League, 3 JLA members are catapulted forward in time by the new god Metron, and come to rest in their future bodies, where they discover Earth's dark fate, and must time travel back to change events, although they will first have to face all of Darkseid's power with only a ragtag band of heroes to even have a chance to try. Meanwhile, the battle of the Justice League and the Injustice Gang in the present goes forward according to Darkseid's master plan, headed for what only seems like ultimate victory in the moment, but which actually spells ultimate doom for all. Along the way, our heroes discover a primordial world of heroes at a much larger scale of life, guarding the universe from threats outside it, which we can scarcely even imagine. And all this is just Morrison doing the day job. It's not even set up for anything besides the long-running prophecy of a great evil plot, which would feature through Morrison's entire run on the comic, to issue 41. Like many of the best things in this book, it's just there to be cool and interesting. That's one thing Morrison did very well in writing JLA, using the heroes in the world to their fullest potential to push the story beyond the bounds of the imagination, and to carry those bounds outward a little further each time by doing so. As a wise man once said, once a mind has been stretched to include a new idea, it never regains its former shape. Sadly, one hero who will have to sit this adventure out is Wonder Woman, who is currently dead because of the 1997 event Genesis and the demon Neron, though she will soon return to life as a goddess of truth while her mother Hippolyta fills in for her, before Diana eventually would regain her mortal form. So I hope you're prepared for a trip beyond the bounds of reality and the end of time, and to discover the true strength of the human soul. And no, I don't think I'm overselling it. Let's begin. Star City, 11:20 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. A normal day is suddenly shattered as a laser blast from the sky incinerates a man's torso. People panic and run as more blasts rain down, tearing apart the streets and buildings. A familiar bat-shaped shadow passes by during a final sweep of the area. All the good you have done, we will undo. All the lives you have saved, we will destroy. All that you stand for, we will mock and trample in the dirt. That's unless you want to try to stop us. Evil hard-light hologram copies of the Justice League are perched menacingly on a rooftop as their Batplane dives for another attack. Rock of Ages, Prologue, Genesis and Revelation. I know we have serious problems in Star City, Martian Manhunter, but, well, there's something else here you should see. Martian Manhunter? I said there's... JLA Watchtower Monitor Womb, adapted from Pale Martian Technology, a virtual imaging global surveillance network, the most sophisticated facility in the solar system. 11:27 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have super hearing, Aztec. There's no need to repeat yourself. And please, it's Jean. My name is Jean. I'll be with you in a moment. I'm trying to coordinate our response to the Star City crisis. Superman, can you hear me? In a bolt of energy, Superman arrives on the scene. Loud and clear, Jean. Telepathic communications link up operational. Surface mine tactical contact only. I'll be joining you all shortly. Green Lantern and the Batplane fly to join him. Welcome to my head, John, man. So we're all connected up now, and it's cool, but... I mean, Wonder Woman's dead, and Flash is injured, and this isn't the JLA. Until the last man falls, this is the JLA. Stay within the current mission parameters, Green Lantern. Let's nip this in the bud. Leave the Batplane to me. How come he doesn't have to... Oh, this looks major, John. You want just 3 of us to go up against these guys? Stop thinking at me and go to work, Green Lantern. There are 5 of us on site. They find the hard light copies attacking a building and dive towards them. Satisfactory odds. I can't do it, Aquaman. From within a mall fountain, Aquaman uppercuts his own copy towards a hole in the roof. Yes, you can. Focus. Focus. Meanwhile, Green Arrow tries to track the copy of the Flash as it zooms across an upper level. How am I supposed to hit a target moving at super speed? He's just zapping in and out, picking these people off one by... He took my wife! But he's not moving at super speed. He's taking his time, savoring the fear, and moving in a repeating pattern. Do something, Green Arrow! Do something! In an instant, Green Arrow stills his mind. All mental chatter ceases. In an instant, the bowstring is taut. The shaft vibrates with tension. In an instant, he calculates without thinking, and takes aim. Not at where the enemy is, but at where he will be. Connor's arrow catches it in the leg. Arthur clashes hooks with his twin. Nice job. I think they may be some kind of constructs. This one seemed to be learning by imitating my moves. I'm going to try a telepathic probe. Ow! Kyle's copy traps him in a bubble. Now here's your problem. I don't know what that thing on your finger is, but I know for sure it's not the most powerful weapon in the universe. 'Cause that's right here on my finger. But he creates his own exit door. It's made of energy, some kind of coherent light. They're holograms, hard light puppets. I've seen the patent for a holographic construction material called Triplux, but this kind of technology should still be at the blueprint stage. A genius made these, and it looks like a madman's pulling the strings. Outside, the evil Batplane strafes the crowd on the street with energy blasts. When suddenly a laser pierces its canopy. Lasers deployed. Single pulse sequence. Fire. The real Batplane follows close behind the copy as they streak between the skyscrapers. The copy spins and twists through a hole in a building. Ultrasound echolocation engage. Computer enhanced visual field. Full 3D imaging. Target lasers. Fire. Batman scores a direct hit. And the hologram Batplane crashes into the ground. Villains wearing helmets are reacting in pain. Ow! He knew. I felt him in my head. He recognized me. I do believe they've realized that the JLA Revenge Squad are holographic projections, gentlemen. I expect they'll use shortwave light to scatter the squad. It doesn't matter. We already have most of the data we need. The evil Batplane breaks apart into many smaller copies of itself as it dissipates. Did you see that thing? Where did all those little Batplanes come from? It was a hologram, Kyle. Each fragment of a hologram contains all the information of the whole, but on a smaller scale. Have you seen my counterpart? Nah. My guy had some of the moves, but working a power ring takes imagination. Plasma Spike fritzed him out. There. The evil Superman streaks toward them across the sky. Stand back, Kyle. Whoever created these things obviously hasn't taken into account the extent of these new powers I've developed. He's coming right at you, Superman. Hard light or soft, it's still light. And light is still energy. And I absorb energy. Clark takes the hit in the chest, and his copy vanishes into him. Green Arrow guides the crowd to safety when the copy of the Martian Manhunter blasts his quiver. Everybody, head for the... Ah! Helden, look! Somebody help! Oh, come on. Come on! Connor reaches for a shaft as copies of Manhunter and Wonder Woman charge at him. Just one arrow. Just one. Your wish is my command, man. It's back to the green team for the big finish. Kyle sends a beam his way, and a Green Lantern arrow appears on his bow. Huh? And hurry it up. Sun Tzu said, never hurry a victory. Connor takes aim and shoots. At least I hope he did. Once it leaves the bow, Kyle spawns dozens of copies of the arrow in flight. Arrows? No. The evil holograms are run through and dissolve into green flames before reaching Green Arrow. Good thinking. What? Thanks. Thanks. Look at it. Look at the devastation. Why couldn't we stop this stupid, pointless madness? Remind you of anyone? He's Ollie's boy, all right. But he's right. This has been a disaster. We can't let anything like this happen again. It's essential we locate who's behind this. If I understood these energy abilities a little better, I might have been able to find out where the holograms came from. I keep trying to fight with my old powers. Well, all I know is there was something familiar about the mind I touched. No sign of bad guys. Aztec's running a full scan, but he says Jean's gone into space to check out some new threat or something. This whole thing's going pear-shaped, guys. We heard all of it, Kyle. Telepathic link. Basically, we need Wonder Woman and Jean. We need the Flash. If these things show up again, we're not at strength to deal with them. Yeah, maybe we should be drafting in more muscle. Somebody here's got to have Captain Marvel's mobile number. Hey, you super guys, wait a minute. What is this? You guys go pow, zoom to the moon or something, and we're just supposed to live with this? People here are going to be traumatized for life. Oh, come on, man. We're doing what we can. We're trying to be the good guys, you know? We're not like gods or something. I'm just a guy like you. I got this ring and I'm trying to do the right thing. Sure, yeah, okay. You're just a regular guy. So how about you give me your ring? Maybe I can do a better job. Yeah, like I know you from the Joker. I'm gonna hand over my ring, which by the way only works for me. I mean, come on. Why are you trying to make life hard for me, dude? I'm only trying to stop people from getting hurt. Yeah, well, these super crazy people wouldn't even exist if it wasn't for you. Excuse me, sir. This man's needed elsewhere. Jeez. Your attention here, Green Lantern. I think the holograms were remote devices monitoring and analyzing every move we made against them. I think they were designed and manipulated to record our strengths and our weaknesses. Holograms don't just generate spontaneously. I need you to check for orbital laser broadcast facilities. Sure. Green Lantern flies into space to search for any anomalies. No problem. Although right next to a giant satellite wearing a skull made of stone, Kyle remains unaware of it. Nothing here. Weird kind of smell, though. Maybe I shouldn't have eaten Ty last night. You're sure he can't see us? Not while our alien friend continues to telepathically reroute all the visual input from our satellite into that area of Green Lantern's heroically miniature brain which handles scent messages. He couldn't see us if we stood an inch from his nose and waved a banner in his face. With the words, "The Injustice Gang is back," written in mile-high neon letters, Luthor. Precisely. And that's Mr. Luthor to you. Don't you forget it. The Revenge Squad sprites are back in their hard light storage tanks, Luthor, downloading all the tactical information on the JLA into our computers. Look, why don't we kill Green Lantern while we have this opportunity? One less. Because this time, Doctor, we're doing it right. This time we're playing by my rules, and this time we will win. Clear? We don't fight them in the streets like brawlers. We apply the principles of the boardroom, and we plan. we observe. We identify their weak points, destabilize their figureheads, headhunt the up-and-coming young hotshots. For the first time in the history of the Injustice Gang, we have the leadership. We have the will to win. We have the right men and women for the job. We have strategy. We have the element of surprise. GL zips back down to the surface. And we have this. We hold all the winning cards. Luthor holds a glowing red crystal shaped like a human heart with a bright core of blue flame. I want you to regard Superman and his White Knights as a rival company. The fight is over for today, gentlemen. Return to your secret hideouts or wherever it is you go. Wait for my signal. And prepare for the corporate takeover of the Justice League. To be continued. Day 1. From an observation platform on his own satellite base, Lex Luthor appears to be on top of the world. There have been Justice Leagues before, of course. I've indulged their existence. Let them conduct their colorful public brawls like drunken sailors with a Hollywood budget. Let them play their games. I could have destroyed any of those organizations at any time. I chose not to. Until now. Until Superman. He is soon joined by other villains. Come in, I've been waiting. I would have overlooked this latest media-friendly pantomime by creatures whose very existence makes a mockery of human achievement. I would have even been prepared to indulge the astonishing arrogance of their lunar clubhouse. But for Superman, I take his leadership of this preposterous team of alpha males as a direct challenge, a throwing down of the gauntlet, a clear and deliberate escalation of the hostilities between us. We're ready, Luthor. I intend to utterly destroy Superman's private army, and to do so I have assembled the perfect weapons. My very own Injustice Gang. Nice day for it. I hope you'll agree. Assembled are the greatest foes of 6 core Justice League members. Dr. Light for Green Lantern, Mirror Master for Flash, the Joker for Batman, Lex Luthor for Superman, Cersei the Witch for Wonder Woman, and Ocean Master for Aquaman. Rock of Ages, Part 2. Hostile Takeover. Let's get busy. Attending memorial services for the 14 people, including 3 children who were killed in the supercriminal assault on Star City. Ha! Look at all those long faces. Can't wait to see 'em light up in the special coffins I ordered. Send those dead kids flying into the air like flapjacks. Luthor cracks Joker across the jaw with his magic stone, knocking him to the floor. Ooh, that's smart. What's the problem, Lexi? Lost your sense of humor? Dead children don't seem funny to me, Joker. Perhaps I'm just old-fashioned. Regrettable casualties of our campaign, but not funny. There have been Injustice Gangs before, of course. They all tried. They all failed. They all lacked one essential ingredient. Lex Luthor. Understand, our war is not with the civilian population, but with its self-appointed superhuman protectors. Would anyone else like to share a dissenting opinion? You're alright, Mr. Luthor. See, me? I work strictly with the highest bidder, you know. No questions asked. Fine. Ocean Master, progress report, please. We can hack into government bulk teleport systems for 15 seconds during operator changeover tomorrow. I've chosen a section of the Indian Ocean to, cut and paste. Right now I'm developing painful telepathic goads to further enrage the wildlife. Nice to see everyone showing some initiative. Just don't show too much. Joker, you're here because I can use your particular talents, and because only I can guarantee to deliver Batman, gift-wrapped. Put the nerve gas flower away. At least for today. Now, you all have your instructions. Let's set them up and bring them down. Prepare for corporate takeover. 3 days, And they're ours. It's as simple as that. Control helmets descend from the ceiling. Day 2, the JLA Watchtower. Things have been hectic recently, I know, but now that Ares' threat has been dealt with and the Star City relief operation's almost over, I think it's time we confirmed our suspicions about the hologram duplicates of the League which we fought in Star City prior to the Genesis Wave incident. Activate table display, please. Aquaman? My evil twin here is the only known sighting of the hologram since the Star City disaster. It seems he was around when a section disappeared out of the ocean near Sumatra. I got the story from some tuna. They perform fascinating psychoelectric field displays. I know how that sounds, but trust me. As you know, we've been scanning for anomalous laser activity, and while the hologram was active, I was able to detect a laser broadcast source in orbit here. Jean and I are going to investigate as soon as we've heard the latest from Batman. Everything's consistent with our first theory. Someone's assembled an anti-league, and I think we can assume they're trying to undermine us behind the scenes, prior to a possible physical confrontation. I'm compiling a database on likely first-choice candidates for a criminal force designed to oppose our current team. I think we can all guess the front-runners. I also noticed a curious internet posting. 2 reports of an unusual explosion in the Mojave Desert. No debris, no light, just an enormous bang. It could be someone stealing air. It's probably not important. Sorry to interrupt, Batman. Jean just received a telepathic alarm from Green Arrow. Looks like the missing ocean just turned up. It's in the San Fernando Valley, California. Disaster alert, gentlemen. This is what we were waiting for. Whoop. Green Lantern, join Green Arrow in California. Jean, you're with me. The rest of you be ready for our signal. Why'd I have to get the valley? Grody. The heroes spring into action. GL flies unaided from the watchtower as Clark and John travel in a small ship next to him. Telepathic link is on. Guys mind if I go on ahead? I want to get this over with. I'm worried that Kyle may be pushing himself beyond his limits, John. I don't think he's anywhere near his limits. He's good, Superman. He and Wally are both much better than they think they are. You'll see. There. Flash, can you hear me? We're approaching the laser broadcast facility. A distinct energy source is visible. Okay, channels are open, Superman. Keep us on the... Huh? What was that? The San Fernando Valley, California. Green Arrow helps people out of the water near a shark that his arrows haven't persuaded away. Swim! Keep swimming! Come on, you can do it! You can... I got you. Oh my god! It's okay. I sent out a distress call. Someone should be here any minute to... steal the show. Suddenly, a massive straw starts draining the water into an enormous green head. It's the ultimate executive toy, man. A head that drinks the ocean. Give me 5 minutes to dump these guys somewhere warm. GL dumps the water safely offshore. So the most amazing beach on the way back, Connor. Man, how's it going? I'm wet. I'm okay. Some girl gave me her number. John, it's me. This one's a wrap. I'm just gonna take a coffee break to get my head in shape for whatever they hit us with next. You guys find anything suspicious yet? Superman and Martian Manhunter's ship floats before the Injustice Gang's Stone Skull satellite base. Yes, I think you could say that, Kyle. Did you hear that sound? They must have heard that in Brazil. What happened to our alarm systems? Whatever that was came out of nowhere. Back me up, guys. Flash, are you... Oh. It's okay. He's a good guy. He says he's one of the new gods, and that's his time-traveling Mobius chair. He says his name's Metron. Metron's cosmic Mobius chair materializes from inside a wall in a shower of sparks and Kirby energy dots. I've crossed light eons, seen titanic empires brought to dust, bargained for knowledge with vast pseudo-gods. I must find the Philosopher's Stone. All space, all time, everything that exists is threatened. And he said that too. This is going cosmic on me, Aquaman. I don't know about this. Leave it to me, Flash. I've handled cosmic and lived. Martian Manhunter and Superman disembark and begin to explore. The entire headquarters is a hard light hologram. A trap? That would be the reasonable assumption. The oxygen in here is real. This explains the explosion Batman reported. The air in this station was teleported here from the desert, leaving a huge vacuum to be filled. There's the big yins inside the fake HQ, Mr. Luthor. Mind if I make myself scarce before that creepy big bomb with a green hairdo puts in an appearance? I don't understand a word of your, let's call it brogue and be charitable, but you're excused, Mr. McCulloch. The Joker's an acquired taste. Dr. Light and the Mirror Master, the suspect old coward and the mercenary Scottish thug, have combined their powers to create photoplastic hard light hologram sculptures, which can be shaped like clay. The idea was mine, of course. The Joker toys with a holographic model of the satellite in his hands. So this little virtual voodoo satellite turns my wonderful thoughts into their reality? I think, therefore they suffer? It's kinky. I like it. Those holograms weren't laser generated. We've been tricked. And I can sense an electromagnetic presence here. More than that, Superman. I've become aware of a consciousness in the structure around us. Suddenly the world twists and reshapes itself before the heroes. The Joker! How is he doing that, John? Some kind of remote control. It resolves into a giant Joker face with an open mouth for a door, leading into a crystalline cave full of mirrored surfaces. We should proceed with caution. Telepathic scan confirms the presence of the Joker's consciousness here, but it's too chaotic for me to probe further. His thoughts are acting directly on the holographic structure surrounding us. It's a maze. The Joker's mind, given form. It goes on forever. Can you see, Jean? No rational mind could stand a chance in there. Of course. Only our most dedicated enemies will understand our limitations so well. Batman was right. They've formed a league of evil. Any ideas? I've been thinking. I can alter the shape of my brain as easily as I can the rest of my body. It occurs to me that if I shrink the rational, analytical left hemisphere of my brain and enlarge the irrational right hemisphere, then I can subdue all logical, linear thought and open the dark cellars of the unconscious, intuitive mind. And see the world as the Joker sees it. Ha! Ha ha ha. With his reordered mind, Jean now sees a straight path of arrows leading through the maze. The corporate takeover of the JLA continues. They have no idea what's happening to them. We've cut the figureheads off. Superman and the Martian Superman are isolated and powerless. Meanwhile, Green Lantern and Green Arrow relax at a coffee shop. I just suddenly thought, if she can die, if Wonder Woman can die, so can I. It's like somebody killed the Statue of Liberty. And I keep blowing work deadlines, but what do I do? Call in and say I'm busy saving the universe? Kyle, you have superpowers. I'm just a boy with a bow, and suddenly I'm up against holographic killers and galactic tyrants. What possible good could I do against, I don't know, Darkseid or somebody? Yeah, but it's okay for you to feel that way, Connor. You and Aztec are the new guys now. I liked it better when I was the official rookie and they would cut me some slack. And Cersei is recruiting the company hotshots. How can I look Superman in the eye and tell him I can't help with relief work in Star City because I'm late with a logo design for an internet cafe? It's easy for Wally, racing around with a smile on his face. Guy's living in a mansion. I didn't say any of that. We're stressing, that's all. I can teach you some really good meditation techniques. They are approached by a beautiful woman. Hi, I couldn't help overhearing your conversation. I'm a psychiatrist, and you know what? I think you're right. Cersei comes to us from mythology, or so she claims. She has the power to unleash base desires and turn men into beasts. And supermen? Men of honor and will and impossible morality. She turns supermen into mere men. What? These beings you work for. Aliens, immortal goddesses, obsessive loners, second-generation super Boy Scouts. Do you honestly think you're anything more than expendable human cannon fodder to them? Superman watched your father die, Green Arrow. She strips them of the purity of purpose, the unflinching courage and dedication to duty that sets them so high above. And you, so desperate for someone to replace your lost father that you'll willingly obey the orders of any authority figure. Don't you think they know exactly how to manipulate you? The Martians telepathic. They'll use you for their own ends and you'll wind up dead, just like both your predecessors. Think what you could do with that ring if you weren't always trying to please your surrogate fathers. No, but I'm just trying to... How could you know about my dad? Something's not right here. Connor, we should go. Back to your masters? Have you any idea how truly alien their minds are? Do you really want to become like them and betray your humanity? Wait a minute. Where was Superman when Ollie died? Kyle gets up, looking uncertain. You go on. I'll stay here a while. I gave them 3 days. I was probably being generous. Something unusual happened today. LexCorp maintains what I like to call an acquisitions department. I pay specialists to scour the world for artifacts, I suppose. Items I may find useful in my war with Superman. My people found the crystal in Colombia. Some local drug baron was using it as a paperweight. Too bad he didn't think to use it to stop bullets. Alone, Lex Luthor pours his thoughts into the crystalline heart, and it comes alive in his hands. Under analysis, it appeared to be a chunk of quartz with curious piezoelectrical properties, not least of which being that it resonates in unison with the brainwaves of the alien I've been keeping in the LexCorp lab's basement. I've been using the crystal to manipulate the mind of the alien, and through him the minds of my little Injustice gang. But I had a suspicion there was more to it than that. I was right. It's too early for me to have a name for what the crystal truly is, but it seems to be activated by the very act of thinking. I'm beginning to believe I may have stumbled upon the ultimate weapon. Before him the material spins into silvery flowing shapes in the air, like the machinery of the gods. I've always been lucky like that. New York City. In his underworld guise of Matches Malone, Batman pays a visit to a bar. So, my head's on the 15th floor, my feet are in the basement, and the elevator's going all the way up. By the time I reach the penthouse, you can play me like a bass string. Boing, boing, boing. Oh my god, so what happened next, huh? What happened next? What do you mean, what happened next? Isn't that enough? O'Brien. Eel O'Brien. Name's Matches Malone, O'Brien. Batman sent me. I may be committing a social faux pas here, but did one of you lovely ladies just squeak one out? I'm sure I heard something. Hey, I have a match. There's more oil in your hair than they've got on the beaches of Kuwait. Think about it and talk to me, plastic man. Ah! Well, that's quite a commanding voice you have there, Matches. Turn down the volume and we'll talk a while. Martian Manhunter leads Superman through the Joker's mirror maze. John, I'm finding this difficult. I feel completely disoriented. That's what they're counting on. Reason is at the core of your being, Superman. They threaten you with unreason. There are too many possibilities, too many choices. There's no way of making decisions. This is disturbing, Sean. In his mind, there's only one path, a straight line from A to B. It seems so clear. Take my hand, Superman. John, you're barely making sense. This can't be safe. Trust me. John takes Superman by the hand, while Ocean Master lords over a silent purple-skinned alien with a gem in his forehead. I hope someone fed our pet alien. I need him to telepathically scan and imitate the Martian's thought transmissions, and you know how cranky he gets if he hasn't had his carbohydrates. The path of arrows comes to an end by a small floating box. There, we're almost through, Superman. There's the maze in its true form. Incredible! I saw an infinity of paths. endlessly changing. How can he live in that chaos? The only solid object in this decoy environment. It looks like a CD player. Can you do anything? I guess so. These new powers make it easy to read digitally encoded information. John takes it and hands it to Superman. There, it's on a very narrow waveband. Dear Superman, your optical scan triggers the bomb. Oh my! The Rockskull satellite is torn in half by a massive explosion. Arthur inspects where Metron's frozen chair protrudes from the wall while the new god busily works on their teleporter. The Philosopher's Stone, the Grail, the ultimate living computer. It is the most powerful object in the universe. It is a fragment of the eternal source, all-powerful. It transcends time and space. Do you understand the danger? Do you understand what Darkseid will do to us all if he finds the stone before we do? High Father of New Genesis has commanded me to seek your aid. Yeah, right. I got all that. But we're seriously understaffed right now. Metron? I don't know. How did Darkseid break free from the source wall? What are you doing? I am using Mother Box to upgrade the functioning of their teleport device. The current technology is infantile and will not suffice for trans-temporal travel. Slow down. What do you mean by trans? What is this Mother Box? Is this some kind of computer equipment? Stop tampering with our machinery and talk to me! Mother Box is 10,000 generations more advanced than your most sophisticated computer. Mother Box is a self-aware living machine. It's one of the toys of New Genesis. Understand, the stone reflects all of creation in miniature. Its power is theoretically limitless. The search must take precedence over all of your current activities. Wait a minute. What do you mean we must find the stone? We're trying to deal with some major league bad guys of our own here. Flash, open the telepathic channel to Jean. Luthor's purple alien fools them with his response. Rerouting telepathic signals. Everything's fine here, Flash. If Darkseid locates and takes command of the stone, he will make his terrible will manifest throughout the cosmos. He will grind all life beneath his iron heel. His unendurable empire of despair will span all creation. You must find the stone before he does. Everything's fine here, Flash. The satellite's a hard light fake. Superman and I are proceeding to join the others. Teleportation tests were 100% successful. I want the warheads armed and ready to beam onto the JLA watchtower. What did I tell you? 3 days. Okay, Jean says it's fine, so I guess it's fine, Metron. Good. Robin bandages his arm in the Batcave. The surgeon case is all wrapped up. Me and Nightwing took out his crime consultant and closed down the clinic. Anything new on the Joker case? It's Nightwing and I, Robin. Grammar. And we're getting there. Aquaman provided the first clue when he recognized his brother's mind during the battle with the Star City duplicates. Everything began to add up after that. Conclusion. The reformation of the JLA has inspired our enemies to assemble a team of their own, with Lex Luthor calling the plays. Ordinarily, I'd say we were in trouble, but we have an advantage here. Luthor still has no idea he's dealing with someone who's as familiar with corporate takeover techniques as he is. Someone who plays the game much better than he does. Bruce Wayne. Let's take him out. To be continued. It's hard to remember how it started. It seems so long ago. The JLA's right in the middle of a crisis. We're fighting some kind of injustice gang of super bad guys. I'm stressing out and I turn up at the watchtower. Hey guys, what's happening? Listen, now, Lantern. We're conditioned way beyond red here. And everything's going AWOL. We're gonna need you on this one. Cosmic stuff. We gotta go with this guy. What? What's going on? We're in the middle of a war down there. What did Superman say about this? What did John say? They're on telepathic silence now. They said it was cool, okay? His name's Metron. He's one of the new gods. Hi. Is this Darkseid stuff? On top, I've completed my upgrade on your teleport capability. My machines are ready to generate time-space doorways. I'm not sure I get this. I do not expect you to comprehend the physics of New Genesis, only the need for immediate action. These modular baby boxes will home in on my parent signal and return you here in mere minutes of your time. Remember, the stone has many disguises. You will be sent where the emanations of the stone are known to be strongest. Wait a minute, we have another problem. I was with Connor and his creepy woman turned up and he went with her. I don't want to hear about Green Arrow's love life. This is the JLA, Kyle. And this is Save the Universe time, so holy, what is this? Like I can't save the universe because I didn't learn how in the Teen Titans or something? I'll find the Philosopher's Stone before you do, Flash Man. What's he doing to our teleporter? What is that? Many windows into other worlds open before Metron. Doorways in time-space, the ultimate maze, the ultimate treasure. Find the Philosopher's Stone. Find the stone, or Darkseid will. It's like the air just opened up right in front of me. Oh. And he's doing some weird time stuff, and those creepy little mother boxes are pinging away. And somehow I know then. This feels like alien abduction. I'm being abducted by the new gods. Bing, bing, bing. Ah! And I should have trusted that bad feeling, because I was right. He tricked us. There's no way home. He bounced us right across the universe. And something terrible is going to happen. Stay calm. You're safe here. What happened next? Continue your story. He walked solemnly through a dank swamp past heroes turned to stone and crystal and gigantic decaying costumed skeletons. Until I ended up on a graveyard planet orbiting a black sun and found, I don't know, superheroes from other times and planets, I guess. Hundreds of them, fallen in the quest. I couldn't stand the thought of finding Flash or Aquaman there, but I had to go on. I knew I'd end up dying there if I didn't go on. I guess I was pretty delirious by then. I'd been through so much and I was tired and confused, and then there was this iron prison or something and the doors opened and I saw it. I saw it. I have to get back home. I have to find my friends. I don't know what I'm going to do. Calm. Your friends are here. We snared the three of you on a bio-radar trawl. All is well. A masked figure in white opens his arms to Kyle before the city. You must be Green Lantern. Welcome to the world quarters of the Theocracy, Order's last outpost before the eternal dark. Welcome to Wonderworld. Where is this? You said my friends are here? Flash? Aquaman? Safe. You have been hurled to the utmost perimeter of space and time. Beyond, there is only the unknowable. You can call me the Moat. I specialize in self-miniaturization. So you shrink, yeah? You look pretty normal size to me. Listen, They turn a corner. Whoa. This is Wonderworld, Green Lantern. Things are bigger here. Green Lantern looks up in, wonder at the sight before him. Enormous, colorful, and heroic figures hundreds of feet tall fly, leap, and stretch in formation above them beyond the tops of unthinkably huge buildings. Rock of Ages, Part 3, Wonderworld. Back in space near Earth, the flash of energy exploded from the satellite begins to dissipate, revealing Superman and Martian Manhunter hidden safe in its center. Superman? I'm starting to learn how to use these new powers. I absorbed the entire energy output of the blast except for the light. Luthor will have to assume we're dead or injured, but we can't afford to underestimate these people. I feel Luthor may be using an alien telepath to interfere with our communications. I can no longer detect the minds of Wally, Kyle, or Aquaman. They can take care of themselves. We deal with Luthor and his gang first. Agreed. Can you see the radio wavefront of Luthor's bioscan approaching us? We should take one last breath of this escaping oxygen and proceed at speed. Latitude 18 degrees, longitude 157. The League's two big guns fire off in the same direction. Superman and Martian Manhunter streak across the atmosphere and down to the ocean. Soon they rise with a gigantic rock torn from the seabed. This chunk appears to have a mass close to that of Luthor's satellite. Okay, if I use the extra energy I absorbed from the bomb to enhance my electromagnetic field, we can boost this thing into orbit. Rendezvous with Batman in 3 minutes. Ready? Calculating. Go. The alien seems uncomfortable. Normally my stone seems to pacify him. Still, are we ready for the grand finale? You betcha! Luthor, that Cersei woman is arriving by teleporter. You're supposed to talk to her. She's recruited one of them. Thank you, Dr. Light. Cersei and GA teleport in. Cersei, my dear, your timing is always perfect. We'll be breaking open the champagne any moment now. Pour an extra glass, Lex. Green Arrow wants to sign on the dotted line. I don't drink, and I won't hurt anyone, but I'll help you shut down the JLA. Really? I'm not sure I trust you, young man. I want to sever all channels of communication to the JLA watchtower but one. Give me the computer access codes I need. Earn my trust, Green Arrow. No one gets hurt, and the codes are yours. I'm doing this for my father, not for you. Back in the JLA watchtower, just as Metron vanishes, Aztec receives a message. Lex Luthor informs him that he is, in fact, his benefactor. Lex has been paying for Aztec's equipment and training all along, in order to have an agent on the team. Lex doesn't believe there's a huge evil threat coming Aztec is destined to face, but Aztec does. Lex gives the shocked young hero a choice as he teleports 12 nuclear missiles into the base. Lex gives him 4 minutes to teleport over to the other base and join the Injustice gang, and he arms the missiles. Meanwhile, Kyle is led through the trophy room of Wonderworld. The city of Omnitropolis covers the entire surface area of Wonderworld. Currently, we're in the museum district. See there, the brain of Amine, all that remains of that immortal cyborg tyrant. And there, an evil imp from the 5th dimension, trapped in a bottle with 6 dimensions. There in that petri dish is the infant universe of Kuik. With care and feeding, we hope we can keep Kuik alive and help it grow to its full potential. Kuik, what? Listen, this is amazing, but I have to see my friends. I mean, seriously. They're here. Don't miss the original Nightmare vehicle used by Nightmare and Nemo to enter the subconscious minds of criminals, and the Glimmer's hyperwheel treadmill. Your friends are here. All is well. You should take time to see and remember these wonders. Yeah, I'm sorry. Any other time, but... Kyle, hey! Flash waves at him. Wally, oh man, I never thought I'd be glad to see you. Aquaman, what's been happening? I feel like I've been kicked around the galaxy. Kyle, it's been total lunacy. I found myself on worlds where there was no air, only water. I tore an emerald from the head of an octopus god. I saw ruined kingdoms, wars that would never end. And not once did I come within sniffing distance of anything resembling a Philosopher's Stone. I don't trust Metron. The heroes get on a small platform with Moat. Listen, that's what I have to tell you. It's bad. They are transported onto a Brobdingnagian-sized meeting table. News. Moat, are these the new arrivals? Flash, Aquaman, Green Lantern, welcome. Around the table are more enormous costumed heroes. This is Wonderworld. I am Adam One, created by the gods in primal time to tame the original world, Mamord. Alone I wrestled with chaos for 1 billion years, and in time, Mamord became Wonderworld. This global fortress traverses the entire space-time frontier at hyper-temporal speeds unimaginable even to you, Flash. We patrol and defend the boundaries of the known universe. Beyond, there is only the eternal abyss and the anti-sun. We invite you to join us. The super beings of 10,000 worlds man our battlements. No, wait a minute. We can't do that. Can I speak to my friends for a moment? But excuse me, we're talking. Kyle, please go on. Okay, I saw it. I made it to some terrible place with all these dead super guys around it. I knew I was gonna die too, unless I could find the Philosopher's Stone. And that's when I looked up. And I saw it. Kyle is addressed by a mysterious figure in a flowing red cloak, amidst a storm of lightning. Green Lantern? Kyle Rayner? Introductions. I became self-aware in the year 850,330. I am a Diamond Generation Intelligent Machine Colony, DNA programmed with Tyler Miraclo gene biosoftware. I am Our Man, also known as the Master of Time. What? Philosopher's Stone. I have to find it. Metron sent me. I have to find it. Of course. And you sent me here. The Philosopher's Stone is being misused, and the ripples of its power threaten past, present, and future, as you will see. This is the first time you have met me, but not the first time I have met you. The next time you meet me will be the first time I met you. It's difficult to render this into third-dimensional language. In his hand is a miniature image of Luthor's crystal as it unfolded before him. This is the stone you seek. It can bend both time and space. It can do anything you can imagine. But you have been betrayed by a false god. Listen to me. Metron tricked us. This is a wild goose chase. We're stranded and we don't know where we are or when. We scanned him. He matched the energy profile of all previous Metron manifestations on Earth. I knew it. I don't care what the scan said. Metron, or whatever that was, had powers we don't even have names for, and he sure wasn't using them for truth, justice, and the American way. Our man said if we don't get back, if we don't stop the JLA from winning against the Injustice Gang, then the Philosopher's Stone gets destroyed, and Darkseid turns Earth into a wasteland, a slave camp. You guys have to help us here. We await the coming of a threat older and more terrible than Darkseid. We dare not desert our station. Beware the rise of the anti-sun Mageddon. Prepare the armies of man. Tell them Wonderworld stands ready against the terrible day that comes. No, wait! Enough! You people are fighting battles on a scale we barely understand. If you won't help us, then send us back home to defend our own world. Don't tell me it's not possible. Tiny warrior, I admire your confidence, but... The hyperwheel. The Glimmer's hyperwheel would be capable of producing the acceleration required to break the space-time barrier. You'd have to know exactly where you were headed and when. You would have no idea. Let us worry about that. Aquaman, we have Metron's baby boxes. Maybe we can still home in on him across space-time. Bing, bing, bing. I can take us up to escape velocity, and there's a chance these things might guide us back to Metron. If your devices fail, you could be lost in the realms beyond space and time. You would not be comfortable there. Just show us the way out, and we'll get home. Follow me. My people, the ancient blacksmiths of Mamord, forged this machine. I have faith that one day it will return the glimmer to us from the abyss. I have faith that today it will take you home to your people. Godspeed. The gigantic hero presses a button, and the smaller heroes are transported to a huge ring-shaped machine. This is crazy. My stomach's jumping. If we don't stop the JLA beating the bad guys, Darkseid's gonna enslave the Earth. It's all down to us. I cannot handle this. Sure you can. Green Lantern forms chairs attached to the Flash, and straps himself and Aquaman into them. What's likely to happen here, Flash? We seem to be moving very fast, very quickly. Can we take this kind of acceleration? This is jogging. But when I hit top speed, then the treadmill takes over, amplifies my velocity, and we hit, I don't know, faster than light squared. We're accelerating to speeds where our entire physical structures will be converted to hyperlight information. We're doing what? Yeah, isn't it amazing? And back on Earth, deep within the Batcave, Batman secures an unconventional ally. Be ready for my signal. This is an interesting trick. Aye, well, he gave us come with a name, big man. He has not got along, by the way. 4-minute warning. Check's in the mail, McCullough. Fair enough. Bye, just so you know, I didn't kill anybody in Star City. Anyhow, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. Time to hand you back to your regularly scheduled reflection, eh? Bruce, the Mirror Master is a mercenary, and you paid him? Lives are at stake. I did what was necessary. We needed spies in Luthor's camp. We knew he'd be scanning for Jean, and the money's gone into a restoration fund for the orphanage where McCullough grew up. Never underestimate the sentimentality of a Scotsman, Clark. The rock's in the air. We have a little over 3 minutes. The Injustice Gang is history. A portal opens near Earth in space, and Flash, Green Lantern, and Aquaman exit the time stream from it in a blinding flash of light. We're through! Never so fast! Pure information! We're still vibrating at faster than light speeds! We're ghosts! We're in space! Yeah, but we're home! We made it! We just have to get on the ground, slow ourselves down, nab Metron, and everything will be cool. We're in space. How can we talk? The ring's doing it. Come on, just aim yourself at the planet before we start solidifying. It's like swimming. Weightlessness. It's quite easy. Does anyone else feel a pull? It's like a riptide. They all move towards the planet's surface. Yeah, wait a minute. What is that? Okay, I'll get us down. Everything's under. That's not the sun. Oh no. Oh no. What have we done? We let it happen. Oh no.
Dear God, that was Europe.
Looking down at the earth, the heroes see that the landmass is now dominated by an apocalypse fire pit the size of Great Britain.
Darkseid's here.
Next, Kingdom of Evil. 15 years from now. High in the air, swinging from his hook and retractable cable, Aquaman punches a tentacled monster away.
Here's what I'm sure of. The JLA was locked in battle with Lex Luthor's Injustice Gang, but the odds were on the side of the Angels.
As he reaches the manta-shaped ship he's attached to, a crab-like creature removes the hook.
Die in Darkseid's name.
Enter the wild card in the form of Metron of the New Gods, or something that looked like Metron. He tricked Flash, Green Lantern, and me into searching for the Philosopher's Stone, some kind of ultimate power object which he claimed was in danger of falling into the hands of Darkseid.
Aquaman tackles the crab with his momentum.
We were tossed across space and time and finally washed up on Wonderworld, a planet populated by super beings. By this time we discovered that Metron had betrayed us. So with the help of a vast accelerator, the Flash was able to take us to space-time travel speeds.
The crab soldier falls into an open furnace as Aquaman dives into the water.
Our bodies were converted to pure light information, our homing devices locked onto Metron's signal. We arrived here as ghosts, vibrating at speeds beyond speed. We thought we were home. I remember feeling a pull, like gravity, my light body being drawn down to Earth.
The manta ship follows him under. And at this moment, Aquaman's time-traveling self overtakes this body.
And then, the impact. The pounding of my heart, the roaring of blood, the weight of muscles and bone, and the terrible knowledge that something, somewhere, had gone wrong. That was how I got here. It was the same for the others. We seemed to have taken possession of the bodies of our future selves.
More soldiers pour out of the ship after him while he is dazed.
It takes a little getting used to. But I was lucky. My older self had managed to transmit a telepathic command just before I arrived.
A gigantic whale swims up and knocks them all away.
It came out of nowhere. Some colossal mutated thing.
The ship, the Deep Six, founders.
I swam west. I was going on instinct, barely aware of the polluted water or the garbage strips as land drew near and the towers of a great dark city rose up. Metropolis. The air was rotten, heavy with chemical rains and metallic soot and the smell of waste.
Arthur climbs out of the water onto a ruined dock.
Slowly I grew aware of the noise. Turbines, gigantic engines, people sobbing, and millions of silent, shuffling feet. Maybe the initial shock was wearing off, but I found myself looking at my hand. I couldn't figure out why it belonged to an old man, and that's when I saw past my hand. We'd arrived 15 years too late to save the Philosopher's Stone from destruction. 15 years. That's all it took.
Parademons patrol the soot-filled sky over crowds of shuffling people, their heads clapped in helmets made of hands covering their eyes, ears, and mouths. The humans used to say, see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil, but this wasn't exactly what we had in mind. One citizen is obliterated for some minor infraction by a laser blast, as every building and surface loudly proclaims the only message this world has to offer to any and all questions. Darkseid is. Rock of Ages, Part 4, Wasteland. Suddenly, buildings crumble and explode. And a parademon without a helmet rockets across the street from the destruction.
Huh? Diana, is that you? You're alive?
Arthur sees Wonder Woman following close after it, carrying another.
Thanks for noticing. You could have picked a quieter place to meet, Arthur. A swarm trooper went rogue and started attacking the others. I've never seen anything like it.
Listen, I'm not. I don't.
She throws it as he joins her in battle, lassoing his own with his cable.
Something strange just happened to me.
Explain when we're on the other side of the wall.
Wonder Woman, look, this wall?
They strike together and punch a hole through the wall, revealing more parademons on the other side of it.
Damn!
Devil in the deep blue sea.
Whatever you do, don't let them take you alive. Hera grant me the strength to die in battle.
No, wait. I can feel flowing water, 47 feet directly below. Can you? Her heel struck the floor once, and I felt the bottom dropping out of the world. Overhead, thermal bolts flashed and roared. We hit the sewage in a rain of debris, her armbands ringing as she deflected falling stones. Then, silence.
Shh. Swarm Trooper.
Diana, we need to talk.
Actually, we need to fight, Arthur. No! No fighting. It's me! It's Kyle! Help!
That's how we found Green Lantern. He'd arrived in a vacant mind. By sheer force of will, he jammed the anti-life signal that had turned his future self into one of Darkseid's zombie troops. As for the Flash, Wally had impacted with his future self in a worker's dorm on the rim of the Keystone Ghetto fire pit construction site.
Huh?
He seemed shell-shocked, paralyzed.
No, this is terrible. This is worse than terrible. Look at this body. I'm sick. I'm out of shape, and I can't feel the speed force. It's like a mental block. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm the only one who might have gotten us back, and I can't run anymore. I could barely walk, Aquaman.
That's where we stand.
JLA Bunker, Detroit. Amazo tends to Kyle's current body while Argus and Wally comfort him.
And that's why we've gathered you people here, the last remaining superheroes. I think we can still stop this, but we need the JLA. We need you to help us. Tell me there's a way.
Diana looks to Arthur with strained hope as a new Aztec, a woman Azteca, the Atom Ray Palmer and Green Arrow Connor Hawke, now looking very much like his father, rest from their latest losing battle on a table scattered with grim trophies of heroes fallen in the war against Darkseid. Steel's hammer, Dr. Fate's helmet, Stargirl's rod, Mr. Miracle's cape, Shazam's bracers, and Robin's crest, and pinned to the wall like a ragged banner, the electric blue symbol of Superman.
The JLA? No power ring, no super speed, a couple of Teen Titans, a reprogrammed android villain? Ow!
No offense, Amazo. None taken. The word justice was wiped from the dictionary a couple of years after we destroyed the Philosopher's Stone to keep it out of Luthor's hands, remember? The gods came, Aquaman. They obliterated us. There are no heroes anymore. I'm just Ray Palmer, a guerrilla fighter in occupied territory. I was a scientist, and science lost out to religion. They killed Superman. They erased his wife's mind, turned her into a swarm trooper assault drone. He burned out her nervous system. It was mercy, but he'd vowed never to take a life. So after she was buried, he tore open his containment suit. Superman's energy form scatters into the sky.
Superman is dead? And Batman?
Darkseid got him 8 years ago. Same time they killed my predecessor. The rest of us were taken to the moon and processed. Okay? So we get back 15 years and stop this from happening, right? This is only a possible future. We just have to save the Philosopher's Stone.
You didn't make it, Kyle. We were both there 15 years ago. Tell us something we don't know. I'm telling you, Great Arrow, that there may just be a slender chance of preventing this nightmare from occurring. We need apocalypse time technology.
We need it now.
I'm starting to remember you. But maybe there's something I could try. And on the once utopian world New Genesis, now also bristling with fire pits and overrun by Darkseid, he disciplines an underling.
Fools! Mindless, cringing slaves!
He's the fool. He, not me.
Even Metron, voyaging alone through the 28 dimensions in his quest for absolute knowledge, was shattered against the rock of my unyielding will. My puppet now, he gazes unmoved upon the wreck of what was once his celestial home. Is this power? Is this what power means, when one is lord only over maggots like these? Desaad?
Left in charge on Earth, Darkseid responds through a communicator.
It is the defiant spirit one best enjoys crushing, Great One. But when all are crushed, what then?
How shallow your understanding is, my faithful inquisitor.
A single flower bursts hopefully from the rocky ground near Darkseid's feet.
Earth?
The zombie factory on our moon has now converted 60% of the planet's sentient population into anti-life.
But Orion, your wayward son, is still at large, though stripped of power. Is Granny coming with you? A large metal cube covered in spikes floats behind its dark master.
Orion doesn't work on no more, all is ruin.
As he oversees the lava and machinery of his kingdom of ruin.
Of course. I remember watching our dear Granny Goodness invading the core soft drive of New Genesis, transforming their all-giving mother box into this, our pitiless grandmother box. Awe-inspiring.
But perhaps he relies too much on her meaningless prophecies. That's what some say, under torture, Great One. Perhaps he hears only what appeals to his vanity, they say.
Vanity? Ha! New Genesis is a stinking cosmic sewer. I have fouled paradise beyond repair, and broken in the mire the shining cities of the gods. I have won. Is this vanity? Then I will remake the entire universe in the image of my soul, Darkseid. And when at last I turn to look upon the eternal desolation I have wrought,
Darkseid begins to leave.
I will see Darkseid as in a mirror, and know what fear is.
He returns and crushes the flower under his boot.
Our dialogues are always instructive, great Darkseid. I go now to prepare for your glorious return.
Darkseid, the god of torture, the ultimate sadist. Darkseid gave him Las Vegas as his playground. Arrow bands airlift the victims here in the thousands. No one who goes in ever comes out. In what was once merely a pyramid-themed casino and hotel, now stands Darkseid's monument to human suffering, turned into a fortress and surrounded with parademons. The Justice League, such as it is, assemble outside it in disguise. We'll need all the luck you've brought, Arthur. Okay, I just modemed the atom into their system.
Well done, Argent. Kyle, the stage is yours.
Swarm Trooper 000830 with human transient biomass for immediate emergency processing. Ugh. Darkseid is instantly notified of Adam's incursion. Security breach. Tracking invasive microscopic entity. Argent, can you hear me? There's a lot of distortion. If it's anything like the last time, I've probably been detected already. So I'm going to try the new maneuver. Hope my side circuitry can take the strain. Releasing nanovirus hunter-killer swarm into the electron stream. Target invading entity. Nanobots, huge at his size, soon appear to attack him. Suit radar picking up nanos. Whoa, they're flickering in fast. Silent running. I'm scaling down to quantum size. If this works, I should be too indeterminate to register on their sensors. Plus, I can hide in their atomic structure and ride them all the way back to Darkseid's hardware.
Error. Entity not found.
He's in. Why is nothing happening? Shouldn't they be opening the gates or frying us with ray guns by now?
Something smells. Plan B.
Man, I wish I had my ring. Kyle opens fire on the door with his arm cannon, blasting a large hole. I see. Suddenly it's a suicide mission.
We're the Justice League, Diana. We don't do suicide missions. Fan out.
Arthur and Diana take down the next door together. Don't be ridiculous.
Darkseid, turn around. Slowly.
Ray, what the hell are you?
He's with me. 8 years. 4 of them in Darkseid's psycho feud, experiencing all the physical and emotional pain of his victims. It ended 2 months ago. Battle of wits. Darkseid pulls back his hood. I won.
That voice! Batman?
I'm glad to see you. I didn't think there were so many of us left. This story the Atom was telling me, it's true.
He's from the past. He looks like Arthur, but his mind isn't Arthur's. His memories belong to the Aquaman of 15 years past.
So what else can go right?
Batman, slow down. You look like you've been to hell.
Batman pulls his batsuit over his scarred body. He's coming back. He's coming to finish what he started 15 years ago. He wants to build a global concentration camp. That's John's harness. Hard to kill a shapeshifter when you get tired of torturing him. Darkseid put him in a particle accelerator. Smashed every atom in his body. One by one. The energy lit Vegas for a year. No language on this planet has a word for the immensity of the evil we're up against. No matter what it takes, no matter how impossible it seems, Darkseid must be stopped. Batman puts on his cape and cowl. Let me finish telling you about Darkseid. I persuaded him to download his mind into that software cube. Now he's programmable. Poetic justice.
Geez, Ray, he's shaking. What happened here?
Using him, I've made contact with Darkseid himself. His thinking is terrifying.
This place is sick. I feel like a freak. We gotta get to the Philosopher's Stone. These light bodies are slowing down. We're gonna be trapped here soon, Aquaman. I don't like it.
We need Metron's Mobius chair. When is Darkseid likely to reach Earth? Time and distance don't come into it, Aquaman. Darkseid has boom tube technology. He's here now. But I suggest we attack the moon first. Once again, the fate of the world rests on 7 people as the Justice League charge into action. Metropolis. First, a sudden drop in air pressure. Dogs begin to howl. The few remaining children cry. The faithful turn dead eyes to the heavens. Next, the hush that seems to last forever. Then the sound of the end of the world. And then, Darkseid. Father. A massive ship emerges from a boom tube in the sky.
On your knees for the Master! The hour has come! He has come! Who is beyond good and evil? Who is the prophet of anti-life? Who is the rock and the chain and the lightning? All powerful, all unforgiving, all conquering! Who is your new God, now and forever?
The ship's door opens. Darkseid is to be continued. "15 years from today. T-minus 12 minutes, 37 seconds. On the moon, the JLA watchtower has been gutted and turned into a fortress by Darkseid. Called across the infinite, summoned by the source to the place of last battle, I emerge from ultraspace, gliding across the shimmering wave bands of the electromagnetic spectrum, skimming the radio surf in unknown frequencies towards the dying planet Earth. There, Darkseid, god of apocalypse, has made his throne. He believes he has won this game, but in truth, there can be only one ultimate victor. And where my shadow falls, all things end." Rock of Ages, Part 5. Twilight of the Gods. T-minus 12 minutes, 36 seconds. The Zombie Factory. Crowds of people are herded down a street towards Darkseid's Omega symbol by parademons. Here, the final, hopeless scourings of conquered humanity are herded into anti-life processors, their minds stripped and replaced by the endless, crushing monotone of Darkseid's anti-life equation.
Anti-life is good. Anti-life is freedom.
I touch them all with my shadow.
Freedom from thought. Freedom from self.
A man and woman reach for each other as they are torn apart. Rachel, no!
Vermin. Soon it will be only Darkseid's name you'll cry.
And pass on.
Argent and Aztec watch the area from hiding as the people exit a gate reading "Wise Monkeys," now all wearing the hand helmets.
Oh my god, this can't be happening. Look what they've done to people, Azteca.
It's too late to help the zombies, Argent. Keep your mind on the job. Batman sent us here to disable the anti-life broadcast array. We can paralyze all of Darkseid's slaves on Earth. All we have to do is make a 500-yard run straight through there.
Green Lantern, the one from the past, said my silver plasma looked a lot like his green plasma, and that maybe I could do more with it than I thought.
So?
No fear. No responsibility. No guilt. Anti-life. Darkseid is.
So, how about this for a diversion?
A larger hand, made of Argent's blue plasma, stretches out above the people headed for processing.
My god, look there!
Huh? The parademons take aim as large plasma heroes fill the sky above them, giving Argent and Aztec cover as they fly in the middle.
Intruder alert. Die for Darkseid.
Energy blasts from all directions begin to destroy the constructs.
Argent, are you alright? I'm picking up radiation signatures from dozens of thermal bolt weapons. They're everywhere. Just take out the transmitter. I can't concentrate on all of these.
Argent herself is shot through the chest and falls.
Argent!
T-minus 12 minutes, 34 seconds. Las Vegas. You three say you can return to your own time, prevent the destruction of the Philosopher's Stone, and stop Darkseid's invasion before it begins. So what happens to us? Do we just disappear? I don't know. Maybe. But you won't have spent 15 years here in Dassault's torture chambers. Superman and the others won't have died.
If we were in their places, we'd try it, Batman.
Batman flips a switch on the wall.
Metron's Mobius chair is our only way home. We can still change this, but when our faster-than-light bodies fully condense, we'll be trapped.
Aquaman, we're running out of time. Jeez, Wally, how many times do we have to hear? Whoa! Hera, preserve us!
A huge boom tube opens before the heroes.
The boom tube's a direct route to Metron, gentlemen. That's the good news. The bad news is he's on Darkseid's warship. Darkseid thinks we're Darkseid. Stay with me. One chance is all we'll get.
T-minus 12 minutes, 34 seconds.
Metropolis.
Darkseid's fist crashes into a parademon's face.
Darkseid will be joining us shortly.
Darkseid, punish me.
Should I save this useless biotrash for him? Or would the torturer of the gods simply blunt his skills on this unfeeling flesh? I have brought this swarming world to heal at last. Metron,
Time has been engineered in your favor. The Philosopher's Stone was destroyed as you instructed. This world is the result of that action, as you instructed. We do only as your will dictates.
and my will is absolute.
He lifts his underling over the edge of his warship.
Yes, die for Darkseid.
See what I have made. Imagine what is yet to come.
Let me die for Darkseid.
And hurls him into the chasm between buildings below.
I take away their confusion and give them obedience. I take away their fear of themselves and give them fear of Darkseid.
Unruly children must be taken in hand by their granny. Come to grandmother box. Hand me your children to rule with my rod.
The trooper vanishes into the ruins of Metropolis, where the cracked and burning LexCorp Tower is one of few recognizable landmarks still standing.
I have liberated them from the chaos of indecision. I have given them one straight path, one clear purpose, one goal, to die for Darkseid.
T-minus 12 minutes 34 seconds. Metropolis. While Darkseid's warship hovers over the city, Green Arrow and the Atom wait in hiding with Amazo.
Closer now to the voice which called me here, the summoner through whom the eternal source will manifest in its all-annihilating glory. Green Arrow, the Atom, and a reprogrammed Tin Man called Amazo. Earth's last defenders shudder as I pass them like a cold wind. Face it, Ray, this is our last stand. All I want is one good shot at Darkseid, just to know I tried it before. Connor, shh. We don't want to miss Batman's signal. He said we... Sounds like it to me. They're in.
The squadron of parademons fly past.
Okay. See the bike trooper? He's falling behind. Take him down, Amazo. Everybody go!
Connor draws his bow as the android pounces on the bike trooper. T-minus 11 minutes 49 seconds.
Decide.
They shudder, but they do not falter. They know me, but do not fear my coming. Aboard the warship, a boom tube opens. Amid a cascade of small grenades, Batman, Wonder Woman, and Aquaman lead the charge out of the portal, with Flash and Green Lantern behind them.
You're late.
Oh my god, I don't believe we're doing this, Wally.
I was preparing for your coming, Great One.
Smoke envelops Darkseid and the grandmother box, disorienting them.
Granny knows best. Granny knows best.
What is this circus? Where is the sword?
I'll hold Darkseid and Granny. I can only guarantee you a minute or two.
Diana breaks off from the others.
This is his lantern.
Batman, she cannot fight them on her own. Flash, Green Lantern, Aquaman, follow me.
Great Darkseid, help me. This fog has been theotropically engineered with apocalypse technology. Super stochastic effects are creating local zones of increased confusion.
Boo.
Batman leaps out of the smoke and into Metron's chair.
Mind if we talk?
Darkseid! By all the gods and in my mother's name, I'll make you pay for the pain you've caused.
Pain is what makes us strong. And all the gods are dead, Wonder Woman. There is no god but Darkseid. So kneel now or later. In the end, you will kneel.
T-minus 11 minutes 8 seconds. Green Arrow and the Atom ride the airbike while Amazo runs defense for them with the borrowed powers of the League.
I will clear a path.
Shah! We're never gonna make it! Connor, look where you're going!
Hey, Amazo synthetically duplicates the powers of the whole JLA. I have a bow and some arrows. Shout at him, huh?
The Atom is nearly blasted off the bike's windshield.
Huh?
Ray, oh man, you okay?
Yeah, but... Amazo. What's happening to Amazo?
Error alert. Bioprogram invading hard drive. Error.
Suddenly, the android falls from the sky.
Mind-eating codes are being broadcast into this one's artificial intelligence. My shadow is on him now, and in one last moment of clarity, he desperately formulates a mathematical abstraction which describes my function.
Its body sparks and pops, breaking down as the air bike nears Darkseid's warship.
Amazo's down. Hold on, Ray. I'm taking us in. I circle around.
T-minus 11 minutes, 2 seconds.
I can devolve your molecular structure with a word.
I know, but if you do, there's something you'll never know. Knowledge, Metron. You wanted ultimate knowledge. We offer you one last piece of what we know, so that it won't die with our species.
You have nothing to teach me. That which agrees with the will of Darkseid is superfluous. That which does not agree cannot be true.
Darkseid is a god, Metron, and so are you. What's the one thing Darkseid doesn't know? Wonder Woman charges at the Dark God.
I'll die before I bow to you.
Yes.
Huh? I've never felt so useless, Kyle.
Continue.
Gods can't feel, Metron. You don't even have a concept for what it is to be human. Become flesh and blood. Record what humans feel, if only for a few moments. Unless, of course, you don't have the power to.
The energy at my disposal is limitless. It would require but a fraction of it to narrow the frequencies of my form to an exact simulation of your biology. I can easily become human.
T-minus 9 minutes, 58 seconds.
Then you will die, but not at my hand.
He backhands her away, and the Amazon careens into a large machine. While Metron indulges Batman's request.
There, I am made flesh and blood. Is this weight? This ceaseless particle movement? Is this all? What is feeling that I should consider it worthy of record?
Well, Bruce sucker punches him. It's something like that.
We can't trust Metron now. He's the guy who tracked us in the future.
Then we have to trust Batman.
The three time-lost heroes gather around them. I've just pumped him full of a powerful hypnotic agent. He'll do anything you tell him to do. Go.
But we can't just leave you and...
Now, Flash.
Bruce and Arthur shake hands for a final time.
Batman, if we could help you here.
This world's finished, Arthur. It's for the best. Go, get to Superman before he destroys the Philosopher's Stone. Undo what happened here. Outside the room, Paradigm has rammed the barred door.
Hurry, you fools! Darkseid will know if you do not hurry!
These mindless ones feel nothing as I pass. They died long ago. Go! Metron's chair vanishes in a burst of light.
Batman, we won't fail you.
Diana staggers to her feet.
Kill her, Granny.
But the living mind that haunts the circuitry of the grandmother box is aware of me. What once was Granny goodness of apocalypse, psycho-circuitry rotting in madness. She rotates her boom tube lens. She teleports firebit energy from the molten core of apocalypse itself.
That girl, unruly. Granny is angry. Granny is so angry.
The grandmother box blasts Wonder Woman with the full force of an apocalypse fire pit at point-blank range. She rockets away, bouncing off the walls. And the first of them falls. Batman prepares to face the pitiless machine.
Disobedience, boy. Come to Granny.
Somewhere there is a final scream of defiance and glory, and I pause a moment. When Wonder Woman charges straight through the box's heart. Darkseid! Tearing it apart with her last breath. Wonder Woman calls me by an old name and speaks it quietly, calmly, as she dies. Bruce hurls a batarang.
Diana!
but it explodes harmlessly against Darkseid's shield.
This shield is impenetrable. Why have you come here? What did you think you could achieve by this pathetic display?
The parademons break open the door and rush in.
Adam, can you hear me? Darkseid has some kind of personal force field. Do what you can. Diana, we did it. We did it. You overcame Darkseid? Do I know you?
All take aim at the Batman.
We've shared a few laughs. Everything you know, everything you own, I'm taking it all.
Look up. This one sees me and smiles. I circle around. T-minus 6 minutes 3 seconds. The zombie factory. Azteca cradles Argent as she clings to life.
Oh, cold. Really cold. I messed up. Don't stay here. Get to the transmitter. Please don't. Shh. It's okay. Everything's okay.
They are soon surrounded by parademons.
My fault. No. Oh, Batman's gonna kill me. Argent, shh. Batman's gonna love this. Hey, my arm is powered by a 4-dimensional battery, yeah? The only thing that stops the energy from erupting into 3D space, with a destructive force greater than any weapon known on Earth, is a little fader switch on my belt. And guess what I just did?
T-minus 5 minutes 21 seconds. Darkseid witnesses a large explosion on the moon.
No, my zombie factory.
The moon's features blur. My work is over swiftly before the dust settles.
Huh? Look at the moon!
The new god Orion enters a basement. I circle around and come at last to the summoner. Even shorn of his divinity, I recognize him. It contains a large golden pyramid holding an orb of energy at its peak. We are old companions, and Orion has been busy at his art, too. The end is here. T-minus 4 minutes 22 seconds.
You're all alone, Darkseid. Your allies have fallen. Your troops have no guidance. How small you are. Yet, you have hurt me. I respect that. Therefore, let me show you mercy.
Twin beams of red energy stream from Darkseid's eyes and whirl around Batman.
Those are merely the finder beams. Next comes the Omega effect.
You want to know why you're surrounded by all these maggots, Darkseid? Because you did what you said you'd do. You recreated the whole world in your image. And what you see in them is your own ugly face. He disappears in a storm of cosmic energy. Then he is gone. Out of time. Out of space. Beyond what even gods know. Darkseid shoves his underlings aside as he rants.
Mindless slaves! Pitiful mannequins! Where is Metron? Why was this allowed to occur? I cannot be destroyed! I am in everything! I cannot be stopped! And in the ruin of this anthill planet, I will build an empire of order! That is my will! That is the will of Darkseid!
T-minus 2 minutes 1 second. And so it ends. Just then, Green Arrow and the Atom skid into the room on an air bike.
Flare arrow, Connor. Great idea, Ray. Maybe we can give him a fatal suntan.
Little men, your strategies mean nothing. Your generations pass before my eyes like cells multiplying and dying on a slide. I am the Alpha. I am the Omega. I am Darkseid.
My God, he's gigantic. Just go. You and me, Connor. Who'd have believed it?
What are you?
Connor knocks the arrow and Ray leaps onto it. They fly toward Darkseid together as the arrow begins to spark. I'm Ray Palmer. I'm the Atom. I'm a scientist. And I just realized you can see, which means something can get through your shield. The arrow bounces off the new god's face and explodes with light. And I am with him, even in the shadowless chaos of the photon stream, as he super miniaturizes into the micro-infinite and rides the waves of light. Down through the evil god's eye and deep into the infernal furnace of Darkseid's colossal brain, unseen, unsuspected, I come by many roads.
Go from here. Enjoy your hopeless victories. In the end, you too will serve me.
Darkseid strains to balance as the Atom zooms through his skull. Nice brain. 4 lobes. Which one first? Hey, the only way we're gonna serve you is medium rare. He's in your head, you big ugly moron.
What? No, not this. No!
Hold that bad thought. Ray fires a laser into the gray matter. Neural electricity gone haywire bursts from Darkseid's eyes as he screams. Consumed in the eye of the neural storm that devours Darkseid's brain, this one catches sight of me and, like a good scientist, asks me a question. My answer is yes. His powerful granite body slowly grinds to a grim halt. Ray, you and me, man. My shadow falls across the world. We just killed Darkseid. This one feels me close by, stills his mind as he was taught, and prepares to return to the source. My task is all but done. T-minus 15 seconds. Orion, once the god of war, does not turn to look at me. He knows my face too well.
Death, the Black Racer. In the end, Darkseid has won, Cold One. I have become the destroyer he always said I was. I am truly his son.
I am not often called upon to cast my shadow across all creation, Orion. What have you there?
This Genesis box is programmed to convert the entire universe into pure energy and then to remake it without Darkseid's taint. I am the last warrior. It seemed only fitting that I should strike with the ultimate weapon.
Orion inserts the Genesis box into the golden pyramid. The war is over, Orion. And feels the racer's touch an instant later. T-minus 0 seconds. And I reach out. It happens very quietly. The Genesis box unmakes the universe with a whisper. Darkseid sees Orion's energy orb expand rapidly, enveloping everything around it as the Black Racer streaks away. And as the last spark goes out in Darkseid's ruined brain, he dimly perceives the face of the only winner of this game. Then he, in his turn, meets the Black Racer. 15 years earlier, the Injustice Gang's satellite. Superman, Batman, and Martian Manhunter stand victorious over Lex Luthor, the Joker, and Dr. Light in the aftermath of a battle. Nice try, Lex. I guarantee you won't be walking out of court with a smile on your face this time. What were you thinking? Superman holds Luthor's magic crystal in his hands. I don't know, Superman. My future's entirely in your hands, obviously. But maybe I was thinking about my little stone there.
The stone's thought-controlled, Superman. He won't get the chance to use it.
Whatever this is, I'm destroying it now.
Energy sparks from Clark's eyes. Next, the JLA versus the Injustice Gang for the future of the Earth in the double-sized epic conclusion to Rock of Ages. Prologue, AD 85,271. A man in a chair speaks to our man aboard a time ship, sailing on the surface of a ringed alien world. Time is like a watch, and damage can be repaired. And time is like an hourglass. Its parts are as grains of sand and fall where they will. There are always the same number of grains, but each new arrangement is different. One day you will be as I am now, master of time and space. But I have a final lesson for you, our man. The unfolded crystal appears in his hand. This is the Philosopher's Stone, lost on Earth for 4,000 years. In the language of New Genesis, it is the Whirligog, the hourglass of the gods. It is a mirror of the universe, in miniature. An exact working model of the entire space-time continuum from Big Bang to Omega Point. I'll need a radical software upgrade to make sense of this knowledge. Contemplation of the Whirligog will result in automatic upgrade. Study it, and you will see. Our man sees Green Lantern, Flash, and Aquaman reflected in the silvery blades. Deep within the fluid lattice of the Whirligog, all events are present. See here, members of the Justice League, lost in space and time. They seek the Philosopher's Stone and find instead a flaw in creation. 15 years into their future, the planet Earth lies in ruins, enslaved by the evil of Darkseid and the Injustice Gang's Stone Skull satellite. Unsuspected by all, the stone has already been located, and misguided humans, working their will through the Whirligog, are warping space-time to create the conditions that will ultimately permit Darkseid's domination. When the Superman of this era inadvertently destroys the Philosopher's Stone, the pieces are in motion. The grains fall. Look closely. Rock of Ages, Part 6. Stone of Destiny. Here is where humanity's fate is decided. Here, above the world, among the enemies of the Justice League. Observe. As the assembled villains watch the moon, the Joker holds an egg with a frowny face drawn on its hairless dome.
Hey, I'm Lex Luthor. Take me home and I'll think of ways to kill you.
Don't call us Joker. Superman and the Martian Manhunter are dead. The Watchtower will very shortly be just one more crater on the moon. Prepare to say goodbye to the Justice League. JLA Watchtower. Aztec. Okay, Aztec, this is Mr. Luthor again. One last appeal for sanity before you go down with the ship. 12 nuclear warheads won't leave much of you to stitch together. Join me. Don't be stupid. I'm not going to join you, and I'm not going to die. 12 warheads in 3.5 minutes equals... Aztec scans the inside of the bomb with his visor. Search library files, military warhead deactivation. 17.5 seconds for each deactivation. Just remember it was your money that paid for my technology. I couldn't do this without you, Mr. Luthor. The Batcave. These are the coordinates the Mirror Master provided us with. The rock's in orbit. Our people are in position. I think we can secure the Injustice Gang satellite within a matter of minutes. Having said that, never underestimate Lex Luthor. How many people do you have up there working for us? 3. I used my initiative. And we're traveling in that? Are you sure it's safe, Batman? I built it myself. Of course it's safe. What about the others? We can resume telepathic contact as soon as we disable the alien Luthor's using to interfere with our communications. I asked Plastic Man to use whatever he had to jolt the alien out of Luthor's control. Let's hope it's enough. Ready? Superman, Batman, and Martian Manhunter step through the technological recreation of a mirror portal. While Joker toys with the comatose red alien.
I'm the ventriloquist, you're the dummy, see? But who's working my jaw, buddy? It's conceptual comedy, theater of the absurd, and you're the absurd. Boring.
boring. I can't understand these people. They seem to equate pig-headedness with heroism. Perhaps you should talk to Aztec Green Arrow. Tell him he's throwing his life away for...
Luthor!
Ocean Master, why don't you return to the observation deck for the big finish? Lunar fireworks in 3 minutes.
Luthor, no! Listen, there's a problem. I came down here to water the hydroponic generators and Is the Joker still there with you?
I'm afraid so. What's your point?
Well, if he's there, who's tied up down here with me?
Ocean Master has opened a cabinet to find the clown prince of crime bound and gagged inside.
I have the Joker right here in front of me, Luthor.
I see. Me and my crazy gags, huh? You know me, Lex. Laughing fish 1 minute, tied up the Joker clones the next. Luthor draws a revolver. So what are you exactly? A robot? A hologram? A thought projection? How long have you been masquerading as the Joker? Joker's face splits in two before the bullet. And the frowny egg breaks on the floor. Luthor fires again. But Joker slides out of his purple suit like goo. Just a little longer than you've been wearing those shorts, Lex. I've been meaning to bring it up. I've spent quite some time on the wrong side of the law myself, and I know the importance of fresh underwear. And reforms as his rubbery self. But hey, you're the criminal genius who couldn't even see through a cheap makeup job. Hi, Eel O'Brien. You can call me Plastic Man. You're not one of the Justice League. Who else?
Luthor, our personnel teleport system being remote controlled. Someone's transmitting in, Luthor. What's happening?
Connor draws an arrow on Lex. I'm afraid your weapons have been disabled and your teleport device is under JLA control. The rock's orbit will bring it into direct collision with this satellite in just a few minutes. The only way out is via the JLA watchtower. Maybe you should disarm those missiles now. I suppose it was too much to expect that even one costumed moron had finally come to his senses. Well, looks like you've outsmarted me, doesn't it? Luthor's crystal glows in his hands.
3 distinct waveforms approaching, Luthor. I hope you know what you're doing.
Plastic Man extends cartoonish hearts towards Cersei. Hi, someone said we should talk.
Mirror Master, will you deal with this imposter, or shall I?
Mirror Master holsters his weapon.
Sorry, Hen. I'm well out of this.
Superman, Batman, and Martian Manhunter teleport in. Luthor! Reports of our deaths were exaggerated. Let's not make this difficult. Superman, how nice to see you looking so alive. Why the sudden interest in my stellar conductor research up here?
Mr. McCullough.
Show them the stellar conductor research.
Sorry, Mr. Luthor. Like I said, I work for the highest bidder, and I got a better offer.
Then I'll double what they're paying you. In fact, name your price. Luthor reaches into his jacket.
It's not about the money this time. I sold my soul once, and once was enough. I'll see you all right, but...
Mirror Master walks away. I'd prefer you keep your hands where we can all see them, Luthor. It's only money, Superman. It makes the world go round. It oils the wheels. It puts satellites in orbit and helps build wonderful things. Like hard light hologram storage tanks. Dr. Light presses a button on the tanks. The holograms begin to materialize. Ocean Master runs for the exit while Joker heads into the armory.
Come on, if we're smart, we can get out of here before the JLA tears this place apart.
If we're smart? Hey, I'm a certified nut and you're wearing a fish mask. I don't know about you, but I joined this outfit to cause trouble. And what I need right now is a big science fiction kind of gun. Joker finds exactly what he's looking for. Aha! See, now this really expresses my masculinity. Can you imagine what it would do to a pumpkin? I could ruin Halloween for every kid in America. Plastic Man stretches around Cersei. I know you're a goddess. I know you possess the power to turn men into beasts. I know you're immortal and I'll be piloting a wheelchair when you're still dancing weekends at Cheeks. I've had weirder girlfriends. How dare you! Enough! She casts her magic at him. Pig! Eel O'Brien soon becomes Pig O'Brien. Plastic Man's down. Luthor, you're wasting time. This is over. In less than 3 minutes, a 20-ton rock will collide with your satellite.
we've set your teleport controls for the watchtower. The pig jumps on a control panel.
What the hell?
You'd better deal with those Revenge Squad holograms, Green Arrow. Right activation sequence abort.
He's deactivated the Revenge Squad. Mirror Master, I need your help.
Mirror Master betrayed us. Just like,
Nice try, babe.
Are you my mom?
Plastic Man bounces back into his normal shape.
you. I know you. Dionysius.
Eel, actually. Why the nuns named me after Remorse the Killer of the Deep, I'll never know. Any other shapes you'd like me to get out of? Luthor, it's over. Can't you see you've been outwitted at every turn? That's how it looks. But you must know that visible light is simply what lies on a very narrow wave band between 4,000 and 7,000 angstrom units. The light we can't see covers the entire electromagnetic spectrum from gamma rays at 10 centimeters to radio waves at 30,000 meters. Over to the doctor.
Right now I'm increasing the wavelength of visible light. First into infrared. Then all the way up to radio frequencies. Light in all its forms is under my command.
I can't see. Superman, if light can take control of the entire electromagnetic spectrum, my energy form is vulnerable to his powers. My God! A wall of flame appears around Superman, Batman, and Martian Manhunter. Fire! Superman, what's happening? Are you there? Superman's energy begins to destabilize. I'm being transformed! He's turning me into radio waves! The light's returning to infrared, but this wall of flame seems impenetrable, Batman. Service temperature's reading off the scale, but we're not burning. This can't be Dr. Light's work. This is impossible. How are they doing this? A beam rockets away from the station into space.
I just transmitted Superman FM out of the solar system at light speed. I didn't even realize I could do that. Luthor, you're a genius.
I know. Maintain light at infrared levels. I paid for these night-side contact lenses. We may as well use them. Cersei casts another spell at Plastic Man, turning him into a donkey.
Praying jackass that you are.
But he quickly reforms. You know, you're the first woman who's ever taken complete control of my entire physical structure.
Damn you.
I must have your phone number.
Batman? Jean, I can't see. What happened? Superman.
Ocean Master sneaks toward Green Arrow from behind.
Brian?
Connor blocks his trident and kicks out backwards. Catching Ocean Master in the chest while drawing his bow at the same time. John, we no longer need to maintain telepathic silence. Of course, Luthor's alien. Perhaps I can reach him. John reaches out with his mind, and the red alien's eye and gems spark. I can hear each of you breathing. I can smell your cologne, Luthor. I trained to fight in darkness. Keep talking if it makes you feel braver. I gave you the benefit of the doubt, young man. I only do that once. Now I'm sure you've noticed this crystal I've been carrying around. Wrapping one arm around Cersei.
Yeah?
Plastic Man reaches for Luthor's crystal. I found it in Colombia, and it doesn't simply control my pet alien. Apparently it can do anything. I just have to think it, and it happens. Anything at all. A large glass bottle appears, imprisoning him. When I find out how it works, I'm going to make another one. But in the meantime, what about you? Do I take your arms? Do I turn you into glass? How do we deal with spies?
Let me take a shot at him. What did I miss? Did we win?
Of course we won. Didn't I tell you that the red alien rises up behind Lex? He clobbers both Luthor and Dr. Light with one blow. And the crystal falls. Jean dives out of the fire. Jean, use your invisibility against Dr. Light. Get Cersei any way you can. As Green Arrow kicks Ocean Master in the face. Luthor goes for the crystal. No! But Batman beats him to it, placing a foot on his arm. Ah! The corporate raid's over, Luthor. Your fingerprints were all over this from the start. Connor flips a switch. Superman, can you hear me? Are you... I managed to bounce myself up a space probe antenna near Jupiter, Green Arrow. Thanks for opening a return channel. You're coming with us, Luthor. It wouldn't be wise to attempt to teleport to your moon base. We deployed some nuclear weapons. Then it's in your best interest to disarm them now, Luthor.
You're going through first. Aztec, this is Jean. Are you there? Are you all right? Evacuate. We'll disarm the weapons from here.
What? Oh, it's okay, John. Had it down to 8 seconds by the last one. The final bomb powers down as Plastic Man examines the comatose red alien. You could advertise chili peppers, tomato ketchup. You'd be a natural. All you need is a tiny spark of consciousness. Some people have made careers out of less, so... Ah! Suddenly its shoulder is blasted. The Joker holds a smoking gun over him. Hey, shit happens. So where's the Boy Scout who thought tying me in knots was so hysterically... Plastic Man knocks him out from behind with a stretching punch. And soon the villains are all in cuffs. I guarantee you won't be walking out of court with a smile on your face this time. What were you thinking? I don't know, Superman. My future's entirely in your hands. Obviously. But maybe I was thinking about my little stone there. Superman holds the Whirligog, the Philosopher's Stone, in his hand. The stone's thought-controlled, Superman. He won't get the chance to use it, Batman. Whatever this is, I'm destroying it now. His energy surges forth. Jean claps his hand over it just in time. Jean, my God! Your hands! Why? No other way. No time. Telepathic alarm from Green Lantern. I saw it all. The world in ruins. Jean, what are you talking about? Your hands. Burns will heal. Moons of Mars. Darkseid would have destroyed us all. Look, behind you. Kyle's face appears in green plasma. Some kind of stone! Don't destroy it! If you do, Darkseid takes over the Earth and kills everybody! We just got back from the future! It was horrible! Don't destroy any kind of... The stone's intact, Green Lantern. Maybe you better explain this face to face. We'll be joining you shortly. Plastic Man wraps himself around the alien. He's alive. His alien physiology is attempting to repair the wound. If we can stop the blood flow... I'm a doctor, Jim, not a tourniquet. But hey, I'll try anything once. We don't have much time, Luthor. The meteor is almost here. Congratulations, Superman. Once again, you've ensured that everything gets done your way. What a clever conqueror you are. Not all of us want to rule the world, Luthor. Only because some of us already do. Teleport activated. The chunk of stone in orbit crashes into the satellite, destroying it. He's a good Metron, yeah. As soon as the stone was saved, his bad future self didn't exist anymore, and neither did ours. I was like in this zombie body from the future. Oh man, it was disgusting. But we did it. We stopped it from happening. This is gonna take forever to explain. Arthur? It's been hell, Superman. Well, it would have been hell, but we got back in time. Metron, I guess we should return this to you. Whatever this object is, it's too powerful and too dangerous to remain on Earth. Earth is the original home of the Philosopher's Stone, Superman. But perhaps... Superman hands Metron the Philosopher's Stone. Is something wrong? This is not the stone. This is a primitive coherent light grid facsimile. Hey, suckers! All that muscle in one room and you still fell for the old tricksy switch. I don't know whether to laugh or cry. The Whirligog begins to unfold in Joker's hand. Woo! Look at it go! I don't care what it takes. He's completely insane. Stop him. That's it. That's what that weird Hour Man guy from the future showed me. The Philosopher's Stone. Laugh, and the world laughs with you. A 10,000 mile long grin from South America to Asia Minor. Massive seismic disturbances. Tectonic plate upheaval. Weather patterns going out of control. Alarms coming in from all over. We can hear them, Aztec. Tell them we'll deal with it. I've got some crazy ideas. Wanna see them? We can't attack the stone. Perhaps I can shut down his brain's electrical activity for just... Joker! Stop. Huh? I can't... Why can't I think of... What have I been doing with my life? I've been insane. Oh,
My God, what have I done?
John, are you? I'm telepathically ordering the information reaching his brain. I'm making him sane, but I can't hold it for long. His mind is like a storm, raging. Joker, please give me the stone. You could do irreparable damage.
Terrible. I've done terrible things. I have to do something right. I have to fix it.
Give it to me, Joker, please. Joker, if you really want to make amends, bring back the people who died in Star City. Make it like it never happened. Metron, do something here. I am observing the pattern of the ripples in space-time. How the stone is used here will decide the future, for good or for evil. Look.
It's done. Whole alive. They never died. It's done. I think I need help.
Have to let go. It's impossible to hold them together any longer. The stone! Flash, I can't...
Wally grabs the rock at super speed. I got it, John. You must have blinked. We're safe. I got it. You're going down. I don't care who you are. You're going down big time. How preposterous you are, young man. No one died in Star City. What do you think you'll charge me with? Hey, where'd Mirror Master go? Can you believe this? He nearly blew up the watchtower, Superman. He nearly killed Aztec.
But he didn't. And we did destroy several $1 million worth of LexCorp hardware. You won this time, Lex. You and your Injustice gang are free to go. This time. Be happy.
Superman holds his hand out to Lex. Why not? Let's shake on it.
Huh?
His hand passes through the hologram of Luthor, and it begins to fade. I'm here to make your lives hell. I only keep you alive to make your lives hell. And Batman, you made a big mistake.
What's he doing?
He's doing what rats do. Weasel.
Superman shakes Eel O'Brien's hand.
Plastic Man, thanks for your help.
No, thanks for yours, big guy. You know, you look taller on the box of your action figure.
Plastic Man, we'll be in touch.
Aztec and Martian Manhunter prepare to perform surgery on the red alien. I'm trained as a healer, John, but this is alien anatomy. Gem has 8 independently functioning lungs.
We'll take them one at a time. And Aztec, forgive me for overhearing your thoughts, but I respect your decision. Can you assure us that this Philosopher's Stone of yours will be kept well away from Earth in the future, Metron?
What is future? What is past? These concepts have meaning only to you. I can give no assurances. In this aspect, the stone is known as the Whirlagog. It is a map of all time and space. A fraction of the source reveals itself in the Whirlagog, and even that fraction is sufficient to blind the intellect. How like little children you appear to me. How small is your comprehension, and yet there is a seed in you. Once the great mother world was torn apart by the titanic war engines of the old gods. What had been one world became two, bright new Genesis and dark Apocalypse. The old gods died and gave birth to the new. These new gods, even such as I, must also pass in our turn. Our search was long, and our war continues. But we found the planetary cradle of the gods to come. Others are on their way. The hour is at hand.
Metron, what is this?
You are only forerunners. Metron glows with intense light. Prepare for the fortification of Earth.
What?
Then vanishes in a flash. Metropolis. Superman leaps down into Luthor's office from the sky as a bolt of energy. Even behind locked doors, no one is safe from your unwelcome attention, are they, Superman? Lex refuses to turn his chair around, meeting Superman's gaze only in a pocket mirror. Why am I such a constant source of fascination to you? What is it this time?
I came to thank you for what you did up there. Your idea was brilliant. The dead of Star City are back, safe and well. They don't even remember being dead. Batman's convinced you did it to avoid murder charges. I prefer to think otherwise. I have no idea what you're talking about, Superman. Whatever it was, I wasn't there. That's one of the Mirror Master's gadgets, I suppose. You sneaked out the same way he did. I shaved my head. I use a mirror. What an imagination you have, Superman. You're obsessed. You should see a doctor. Goodbye, Lex. There's a good man in there somewhere. Superman bolts away. You think so, do you? JLA Watchtower. No, I'm sorry. I said I'm sorry, but I just don't think I'm cut out for this. It's too intense. I'd rather be helping people down there on the ground, you know? I'm floating around in satellites.
Connor, man, we all get that letdown after a big crazy couple of days like this. It's just the adrenaline. It's the team, man. Come on. We're the team.
You're at home in space, Kyle. I've seen you. This is too big for my head right now.
Listen, we saw you in the future, Connor. You were right there in the Justice League, and you were cool, man. You were like the way they say your old man was. Tell him, Wally.
Flash is collecting meeting room chairs with evil faces.
Shh. It was a possible future which we prevented.
But you were great, Connor.
Aztec, you okay?
It looks like this is the worst moment I could pick to say this, but, I'm quitting the League.
What? Oh, man, what is this? You just saved the Watchtower, man. You just saved the alien guy's life in there?
I was raised by an organization called the Q Foundation. I just found out that Lex Luthor funded my training program.
Don't you see I'm completely compromised? Luthor probably owns my equipment. But you belong in the Justice League, Kurt. I know you haven't had much to do, but...
John, what's going on? What are they talking about in there?
Hey, what am I supposed to do? Start waving a pom-pom? What's happening, guys? We just saved the future from Darkseid. We should be having a party.
The stone is safe once more. My work is done. Now I encode myself into the biological fluid which surrounds the Earth, drawing on the energies of life itself to accelerate the dynamos of my Mobius chair. With the Whirligog as my chart and compass, I plot a course through a succession of flickering, short-lived, probable worlds. The temporary worlds appear as hotel room doors in a hallway around Metron. At the peak of my velocity, I curve around the dimensional rim, emerging from untime at the end of all things. The Source Wall. Beyond this unbreachable barrier lies the infinite. And here, as he was, is Darkseid, imprisoned in his place beside the Promethean giants, who dared assault the wall and were trapped in its substance forever. It would appear that at this extremity of time, High Father Isaiah may end the game on the same side of the board as his eternal foe, Darkseid. At faster-than-light speeds, I pass through all the days of a man's life in a single instant, launching myself out of the space-time perimeter of this universe, where Wonderworld keeps vigil against the dark. The creatures you speak of passed here long ago, Metron. Flash, Green Lantern, Aquaman. I remember them. They came and they went, blind to the all-devouring nature of the threat we face here. The threat is as you say, Adam One. But in the end, it will not be you who must face it. And I re-enter time to ensure that all is in order. And come here, not to a future wrecked by Darkseid's strategies, but to a shining world of possibility. A distant tomorrow undreamed of by your ancient ancestors, the proto-superhumans. For in the game of gods, creation itself is the playing field. Sometimes Darkseid wins, sometimes we win. Each time the universe is remade, as you have witnessed. In the end, balance is served.
Master, I'm a machine. I can't accept this.
I am not your master, our man. Another breach in time is coming, and it will be your first task as my successor to oversee its repair. I trust your studies will not have been in vain. Metron vanishes, and our man addresses a man in a red cape. He made me his apprentice. He entrusted me with the Whirligog itself. And not a moment too soon, our man.
I'll alert the rest of Justice Legion A to prepare for deep time travel. Epilogue. 833 centuries earlier. Superman, Batman, and Aquaman confer as senior members of the League. According to Aquaman, what we did here today prevented a catastrophe on a scale I barely want to think about. Bruce, Arthur, we're talking about threats to the space-time continuum. And are we capable of dealing with the responsibility? You've heard my suggestions. I'd like to get back down to Earth and stay there for a while. Okay, then we're all in agreement. Let's get this over with.
This one's all yours, Superman.
The others await them outside.
What are they doing in there? How come I feel like I'm standing outside the principal's office? Sean, what's the big... Uh-oh.
Gentlemen, I'm sorry for what appeared to be secrecy. However, in accordance with regulations and after a great deal of discussion, as of now, we're officially disbanding the Justice League of America. The end.
But is this the end of the Justice League? No, it's only the end of this story. Despite that misleading final page, the JLA would be back next month with an all-new lineup. They had been discussing expanding the roster up from 7, and other than reserve members who could be called in for special situations, it would settle on a main cast of 12. Aztec and Green Arrow leave, and Connor Hawke would retire from superhero life altogether not long after, having mostly done it to better understand his father and to carry on in his place, but realizing he had to move on and live his own life eventually. Steel and Huntress joined the team. Steel, at Superman's suggestion, added a tech expert as well as a heavy hitter in combat, and the Angel Zariel is promoted to main team rather than reserve. And the reason Huntress is there is literally just that Batman asked for it, both to keep an eye on her and to have her keep an eye on the team for him at the same time. I don't think Wonder Woman is back to life here. I think that's still her mother Hippolyta filling in until she does return. But Diana will be raised from the dead and ascended to godhood by the Greek gods, named a goddess of truth for a time, but would then return to her mortal role, and her mother returned to Paradise Island to be queen of the Amazons. The other members soon to be added to the League are Big Barda and the son of Darkseid, Orion, both of whom escaped the fires of Apocalypse and come to join the League as a further guard against Darkseid's schemes, and continue a pattern Metron started here of upgrading the Watchtower's technology with special and unique sources. It already had the benefit of both Wayne Tech and Kryptonian technology combined, and soon it will boast the wonders of the new gods in digital terms as well. And this is just to give Earth a fighting chance in all future events, and to establish that the JLA have the most powerful technology on the planet. You'll notice a running theme of preparing the Earth against a future threat, and Morrison built that up the entire run, culminating in issue 41. After seeing this story, how easily we can come to the end of everything, you must be thinking, well, what's the big threat then? And all I'll say as we conclude is, Morrison does not often disappoint. I'm not sure what my next JLA episode will be, but I guarantee I won't be skipping the end of the Morrison run when it comes. It is explosive, though Mark Waid as a follow-up writer was excellent and iconic as well. And now, a bit of history about the Whirligog. It's well known that Grant loves to dig up weird old stuff from DC's history and rework it into new stories, and this was an excellent example of that. The device is first seen on Earth in the Superpowers series made by Jack Kirby in 1985, in which the JLA and their villains stumble into it and are transported through myriad strange worlds, one among them being the Giant's graveyard Kyle met our man in. Finally, it brings them to Metron. He explains the device's nature and purpose, and then recruits the help of both the heroes and the villains to combat the greater threat to reality posed by Darkseid and his forces. They all sit inside a large machine which connects their minds to several things Metron has arranged all throughout time and space, and the Whirligog acts as a sort of control system to allow the merged consciousness to operate them in a multi-front war against Darkseid. The many armies and threats Darkseid launches are all waylaid and diverted in different means, powered by the superpowers and guided by Metron, and the Whirligog is taken by him in the end for further study. For us comic fans, we can comfortably set the Whirligog on the shelf next to Morrison's other odd rescues, such as the Batman of Zuran R, and arguably Plastic Man, who did not have a place of prominence in the DC Universe before his appearance in Rock of Ages and JLA, but became a well-known modern staple afterwards. I highly recommend reading DC 1 Million for its own merits, and I do plan to adapt it, but not anytime soon. Its connection to this story is nearly incidental, and it is enough story on its own. But it's a very fun celebration of the JLA and DC's history by examining its far future, theorizing what the world of comics might be like with issue 1 million of Action Comics extrapolated out from issue 1, which works out to be the 853rd century. The JLA of the future switched places with the JLA of the past for a series of celebratory demonstrations of power to entertain a utopian future.
As Superman Prime, our Superman emerges from within the sun. Things go wrong when the teams get stuck in time, though, and someone is planning to assassinate Superman with a plot worked out across the eons. What I would also recommend, though, if you enjoyed the time travel aspect of this story, is Our Man's ongoing series, which began in 1999 and ran for 25 issues to 2001. But it packs a ton of adventure and more time mechanics than you can shake a stick at in a small package, with top-notch writing and art. While he has nearly infinite power as a far-future android, Our Man chooses to live in the present and to limit his control of his powers to an hour at a time, to try to understand his human forebear. And he lives with Snapper Carr, a long-ago Justice League mascot character, which is to say a human who pals around with them and gets in their adventures. It's the opposite end of the spectrum from a punching people through buildings book, and it's all about exploring DC's history and future purely for fun, and cramming in as much time travel, twisting, and complication as possible before unraveling it all in the end. If you enjoyed Booster Gold's time travel-based ongoing series which followed after 52, Our Man was one of its forebears. Anyway, that'll do it for this one, folks, so everyone do take care out there. And, as always, thanks for watching.